Hey guys, so yeah, yesterday we added the curved segments, made that configurable, and today I'm going to try to live code this with bevel segments. So make a bevel segments something that you would be able to update in the form, and then we'll be able to see what beveled segments does. Um, the first step is to go into the mesh interface and add beveled segments. I'll add it right by curved segments and bevel segments, and that is a number. And so, as per usual, we'll get some breakages here, which are pretty helpful. And I'm going to hold the control button down and then click on this, and it'll take me straight to the problem. Basically, the problem is there's no bevel segments there. Um, yeah, so then I'll just type in here. Oop, got an extra character up there. Let's see. BEV bevel segments. And then we'll just go with the default that we have from before, and that's 5. Something I kind of like doing at this point would be like, okay, so we add the mesh, is just try it out. So let's see, boom, turn that into a text, and then make the height 0.1, so that's a little more reasonable. And yeah, so that worked. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it bevel segments like 1 and see if we can see anything happen. I just genuinely have no idea what bevel segments does. Text. And we'll make this a 0.1. So I don't see anything. Let's see, let's rotate it along the y-axis by 90 degrees. So that's 1.56. That's a little bit much. So there's nothing obvious, I don't think. So what if we made bevel segments 100? Let's see, add mesh, add a form, convert it to a text, make the height 0.1. So there's nothing obvious there. Maybe if we bring the camera closer. You would think there'd be something really obvious about this. So let's get it to like 3. And 2. Then, I don't know, let's go ahead and rotate it along the y, one point. Oh, is that along? That was weird. 0.45. Okay, that is not, I feel like that's not what happened last time. Okay, so this is x position. Oh, this is the y position. Okay, 0. Basically, I lifted it up. I wanted to rotate around the y. Oh, I'm on the camera. All right. Y rotation 1.56. Yeah, 1.1. I don't see anything. I don't know what that does. I guess I don't even know how we're going to test it, but I'm going to set it back to 5 and then hit save. And then basically I'm going to go into the Mesh Manager's template, and I'm going to take the curved segments. I'm going to add a beveled segment here. Bevel segments. And so this form name doesn't exist yet. So I think that will break. I'm going to put question marks because I genuinely have no idea what the heck this thing does. Okay, so I believe when we look in here, this is a bit confusing, but basically once you scroll down, you can see, let me go to the console. So there's no console issues yet. Let's see, add mesh, show edit form, convert that to a text, and boom, it's like, yeah, okay. That is definitely what you would expect to see happen. What I would typically do at this point is, I know that it's going to be by curve segments, so I'll just do a search on curve segments. Oh my gosh, now I know why that 100 and all that didn't work before, is because I didn't actually, in the service, I didn't update it. So yeah, if we go to the service, not the interface, the service, we're not using the bevel segments from the item. So basically what we can do is mesh item dot bevel segments times 1. And I think it's the last thing, so that's fine. I believe there's 2 places that we need to do this. Right here. So that the first one is just about, just executes when the whole item is converted. The whole shape is converted. And that's a bit of a edge case from everything else. And this is like everything else. If anything else is converted, it does it. You do not need a semicolon there. And did I add? Yeah. So we're going to save that. Now, I'm going to go into this thing, and I'm just going to look for everything where we have curved segments. And we're going to go ahead and just check that out. So this is where we set up the subroutines. So I can just copy that to the next line, subroutines, subscriptions. So basically it's just going to say whatever, just give it whatever is in the form. Bevel. All right, we'll search on our next curve segment. Okay, so this is where we create the form. Oops. This is where we update the form. Let's give that a shot. Oh, I never did turn the timer. I don't know if the timer makes a lot of sense on these live coding things. I mean, because it just takes as long as it takes. There's probably no reason to have a timer. And then, okay, so we have them all. So basically this is the initialization of the mesh item. This is the subscription. Anytime it changes, that's what we want. And then this is where we set up the forms to have a bevel segment. And then this is where we update the form with values that were changed outside for the bevel segment. And then, yeah, back to that. So I think that's all we need to make it work now. So add mesh, convert that over to a text. And then let's go ahead and fix the height. And hopefully, yeah, bevel segments is 5, so let's try 50. I don't see anything. 500. Nope. maybe I don't say anything because it's still working on it. 500. It's very laggy. 1. Yeah, I really have no idea what it does. I do know it gets a lot slower, so it's doing something. I'm going to move the camera over to move it to like 2 on the Z on there, and then on the X axis, I'm going to move it to -2. Oh, actually, that is not what I wanted to do. All right. Let's try -1. 1. Yeah, I don't see what this bevel thing is doing at all. Maybe it'll be more obvious if I change the let's see. So right now our bevel, I'll look at the camera again. Our bevel segment's 100, which is a lot. Seems like a lot. So maybe if I change this thing, not from text, but the material to a normal. Oh man, that's taking forever. I mean, whatever it's doing is taking a long time. I don't know what it is though. And then just try a Fong, and then add a light, and move that light over closer to us. Position 1. Yeah. Oh, I guess, these things might be more rounded. Go back over there. Change our bevel segments to 1. Yeah, I'm not seeing any difference at all. All right. Let's go to our old buddy ChatGPT. In ThreeJS text, what does bevel segments do? The number of segments used to create the bevel depth. Oh, so maybe it's because I don't have an offset. What is our bevel offset right now? Default bevel offset. Okay, so bevel offset is 0. So that could be, so let's make the bevel offset 2. I mean, I generally don't know what that's going to do either, but there we go. Height of 0.1. And then, I don't know, maybe height of 0.4 might work better. And then if we change it to a normal, and I don't really see anything. Let's see, let's go ahead and move our camera over to on the X position and 2 on the Z position. Yeah, I don't see what the heck a bevel is. let's make bevel offset 20. And add mesh, form, turn it into a text. And I don't know what's going on. I'm guessing we are really close to it, maybe. Let's see, let's move the camera back to 15. No, maybe something broke. Oh, there was an error there. 150. Oh. Wow. Okay, that definitely did something. So what did I make I made the bevel offset 20, which I guess just jacked everything up. Let's try 5. Five really did it too. 0.1. I did the bevel. The height, I made it 0.1. Okay, I'm gonna make it 0.3. And then bevel segments is 5. I mean, I still don't even see what this thing is doing at all. So let's make the X position -2, -1, and then the Y position, or the Z position of, oh, yeah, Z position of 1. So it seems, okay, so maybe I should go back and turn that into a normal material. Yeah, I don't see what that's doing. So let's go ahead and change the bevel segments to 50. To 1. Oh, there's definitely something there. Oh, okay. And I wonder if I get 2, if I'll see 1. And see 2, you already lose the effect, but maybe not. Oh, yeah, you could still kind of see it. I think I need to get closer. So 0.1. Yeah, I think that is pretty interesting. 0.1, too close. 0.5. 0.7. Okay, so you kind of see these two things here. I wonder if that's what the bevel. So I wonder if there's just 1 when I do that. Ah, okay. And then 3. Okay. 4. So now there's 4. So basically it's these little ridges, right? So when you have 1, you just have 1 flat. From here to here, it's 1 flat thing. The reason we couldn't see it is because the bevel offset was 0 before. So like it didn't matter how many segments there were, if it's only traveling. I'm guessing 0 is the distance, or right now 5 is the difference between here and here. And I don't know 5 watts, but 5 of something. And so now if I make it 2, there's going to be like a angle, like, so right now it's like this, just a straight line. And then with 2, it's going to be like that. See, there's a new one in the middle. And then with 3, it's going to be like that with another one across. And basically, the more you do, the smoother it gets. See, 5, you can still kind of see it. And then 50. And it is just smooth as silk. But it's slow. It's slow. 500. It takes forever even for it to come back. So 5 seems pretty good. It's not particular. It's not, well, I don't know. Let's see. Let me try to change okay, let's change it back to 1 because I think that's the most obvious. Oh no, 2 is the most obvious, I think. 2, because you got that crease right across the middle. And now let's change it to a basic. Yeah, so you can't see the corners in basic. And then in Phong, we probably need to add a light. Yeah, see, you can kind of see it there. Show edit 4. So let's move our light to -1. 1 and out to 1. So you can kind of see it. Let me go back to our meshes and change our bevel segments to 1. And then to 4. 3, 2, 1. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think bevels are pretty neat. I'm wondering if see bevels were enabled. The bevel size and bevel thickness will be interesting to see. Like I said, all we can control now is the bevel segment count, and then I think the bevel offset was 0 before. I wonder if 20. Oh, so 20. Okay, so the problem was 20 made it really, really big. Yeah, 0, 2. So let's try 5. Alright. I don't know what's taking it so long. Should have been enough to... I'm not sure what's going on. I would have expected it invalid array length range. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what that was about. I'm sure it will come back to haunt me later. Okay, so basically what we did was we changed this to 5. And let me take this camera, edit, and make the Y position of the camera the Z position of the camera like 15. So yeah, you can't even make out what it is. I wonder if I change it to C. If that's of any use at all. And show edit form. C, and then make it back to... I think, well, let me do this. Let me change this guy to a normal. And then let me move the camera back to 15. That seemed like that was good last time. We only have 1 letter this time, so you kind of see the C. I guess the bevel must also go inside. So basically it's bigger than everything. So I wonder if I make the size bigger of the mesh. Or yeah, of this mesh, we had a size. And then height was, okay, yeah, height was, let's see, 2. How to Become Crafty by Melissa. Let's see. Go back to my service, Control F. I must have 2. Let's try that. text. Make it a normal. And then move it out on the Z position by 5, 15. I'm sorry, the camera. I want to move to 15. Okay, so our C is like that. So now if I change the C, the size, or the height to like 2. So that's really interesting because I don't think it's bigger than it was. Okay, let's break our camera back to 5. Let's go back to here and make our mesh. Oh, height. That's right. Height is that thickness thing. 2. And then make that 1, make the size 2. And then I don't know why now. Oh, probably because that stupid. Okay. New text geometry. So the bevel offset is 0. Okay, that is probably not what we want. Oh, 5. Back up here. Save. And add the mesh. Change that mesh to a text. Move our camera out to 15. Take that mesh and convert it to a normal. And make its size, its height is 0.1. And then size is 2. 4. 8. And then I guess we want to move the camera to like -3. Make this like 10. Okay, so I think the height is too small, probably relative to the size. So let's make it 0.5. Okay, let's go ahead and make that 1 so we can see better. Okay, so, what's our bevel? Bevel segments is 5, so let's make the bevel segments 1. Okay, let's move our camera closer. And maybe 2. And 2. Okay, so you can see the bevel pretty well there. So let's go back over here and let's look at the bevel. So we have 1 bevel segment, make it to 2. And it's almost already like almost invisible. And I guess it's because we made the bevel. What did we just change? Oh man. There's another. Segments is 5, bevel. Oh. I think that should have been fine though. Bevel offset is 5. Because we definitely have a bevel offset, because if we look here, it is there. But 5, and I guess because of the size of the actual thing, Oh yeah, now you can see it a lot better because 5 is a lot more compared to um, the size of 1.1. And now let me move my camera closer again. Z position of 1. Z position of 0.1. Oh yeah, you can see both bevels on both sides from this position. Let's see, 0.3 and X position of, oh, I like that one. Okay, I like that spot. Mesh is, so right now we have 1 bevel segment, 2, and we have a, so I definitely, okay, so anyways, I've been messing around with this for a while. This is exactly what most of my coding sessions go like. I guess that was 31 minutes, so, that's a lot. I probably won't, I thought it might be a good idea to like make, to actually record myself actually doing the coding. And I think I started off that way, and then I started running. I think time just flies while I'm coding. I would have thought that was like 7 minutes. So I guess that's kind of an issue because I guess sometimes when I'm working, I'll be like, I worked on that for 12 minutes when I probably actually worked on it for like an hour because I just love doing this stuff so much. Um, but I think it's just the coolest shit ever. I think it's just really nice. And So I guess I probably won't do this again because I think, or I'm only going to do this rarely, just because I just don't think it's. I think it's a lot more useful for me just to kind of do the code and then explain the code, as opposed to, as opposed to like uh, sort of making you guys watch me just sort of fumble around on it. So, anyways, let me. I just want to do a rotation on this. So it seems like it's definitely the Z position. It's going starting at 2 and ending at 5. So let's just go ahead and leave it there, and then let's go to the rotation along the Z axis. And why can't I not rotate that? Oh, you know what? I bet you I rotated the, I animated the camera, not the mesh. Whew, I thought I had a bug there. Uh, and then let's see, let's go to, so it's 3 point, no, sorry, 1.56. So I didn't want it to rotate along the Y. Oh yeah, I wanted to rotate along the Z is what I want to rotate along. Z, and let's try 3.14. So that's pretty cool. If I wanted to go all the way around, it'd be 6.28. And that's cool. So, anyways, yeah, that was a long video, and yeah, that is kind of the nature of developing software. I don't, writing code and all that. Um, there's a lot of experimenting along the way, and then you know, uh, then you're done. I like if we go over this, it's not a lot of code. We added this to the interface. We messed around a little bit with this stuff. Probably, yeah, let's go ahead and just put that back to 0 again. 0 is probably a good place for that. I definitely feel like and I hopefully you, if you watch this video, understand the beveling better and what that does, because I honestly had no idea what that was about. Bevel segments was 5. Okay, yeah, that's right. So I think that is a good thing. And you know, I mean, there was really, not a whole lot of changes there, but it took a long time, and that's the reality of, that's why, like, I think you really have to enjoy the coding and kind of just get lost in it, and then time just flies while you're coding. But anyways, that's that. That is a monster of a video, a 35-minute video. Um, I think I won't do this very often. I thought I was going to do that from now on, but obviously that takes a lot longer than I thought. I think I constantly would report to you guys, oh, I do, this took 8 sessions and each session was about 15 minutes long. And it's very clear that my sessions are a lot longer than I think they are. That's an eye opener for me. But happy coding, everybody. Bye.